Hi Bobo everybody, this is Mambo Mary, making another video for you, coming to you live from just outside Boston, Massachusetts. I hope you all are having a blessed and prosperous new year, and happy Martin Luther King Day. I thought I wanted to today discuss whiteness and voodoo. I've had a couple comments here and there saying either on this channel or just out in cyberspace where it's really easy to be anonymous and say things to people that you wouldn't necessarily say to their face. That as a white person, I have no place in voodoo, that my priestesshood is not real, and that white people just don't have spirits, and that whenever a white person practices voodoo or even expresses an interest in voodoo, that it's cultural appropriation. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit today. I came to voodoo through a book that I read several years ago, and it did talk about whiteness in voodoo. I acknowledge the fact that I have no Haitian blood. I'm as white as a sheet of paper. My background is Irish and French and German and English. And I know for a fact that on my mother's side, which is heavily English, they came over to America in the 1630s. And I have records of an ancestor of mine coming to what is now Connecticut on a boat, and he had 3 slaves with him. So I know for a fact that my family owns slaves. So what does this mean with the context of voodoo? When you're a white person and you feel like the spirits are calling you, you have to approach with respect, and you have to approach with a bit of caution, because there are going to be plenty of people who say that you have no right to be here. My mommy, Maud Evans, honor and respect to her, will initiate white people. She has children of every race, color, and creed and background. And her thought is that if the spirits send someone to her, then obviously they want that person to participate in the religion, and who is she to question it? And I have the same thought. I believe that a white person can practice an ATR, an African traditional religion, but they have to constantly examine where they're coming from. I have even caught myself thinking or believing things that come from my whiteness and from my privilege as a middle-class white American woman. The first recorded initiate into Haitian voodoo that was white was Maya Deren. She was a white American woman. She was originally from Russia. She immigrated to the United States and was a dancer. She came to Haiti in the 40s and 50s to study Haitian dance, and she attended several voodoo ceremonies, and that's how she came to be interested in the religion, and she eventually became an initiate. You can read more about this in her great book, Divine Horseman. And you can also see the videos that she took of ceremonies on YouTube. Just search for Divine Horseman and you'll find them. I think that you have to, when you're a white person, not just take the religious aspects of voodoo. You have to understand the whole Haitian culture. Because Haitians, even if they don't practice voodoo themselves, and even if they're Catholic or Protestant or whatever, they still believe in the power of voodoo. Haiti and voodoo are completely intertwined and connected. You can't separate one from the other. And in order to understand voodoo, you have to understand Haiti. You have to understand its history and its culture and its songs and its food and all the great things about Haiti that make it great. I came to voodoo because my spirits told me I had to be here. I came to be a priestess because they told me that I had to. And I believe that spirits and God know better than we do, and they have a bigger plan than we do. That being said, a lot of white people, I think, and especially Americans, will assume, like they do with a lot of religions, that you can either mix and match, or you can take one element from a religion that you like and kind of put it into your own personal practice without understanding the whole culture, and that is cultural appropriation. There's a difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. I think that it's imperative for white people, if they are interested in learning about Haitian voodoo, that they have to do a couple things. First, they have to find a competent mambo or hungan to give them a reading, a leçon, a traditional card reading done in Haitian voodoo that can determine if that person has any spirits walking with them, any loa, and then learn how to start serving those particular spirits. Voodoo is not something you can learn on your own. It is not a distance religion. In my house, we have members who live all over America, but in order for them to really get instruction, they have to do it hands-on. So they have to come to our house in Boston for instruction. You eventually are going to have to physically participate in a ceremony and participate in teaching. You can't learn voodoo from a book, even though I started with a book. That was the catalyst, and then I was led to Société Nago, the society that I am now a part of. I think it's imperative that a white person start to learn Haitian Creole, because that's the language that the spirits speak, and it's the language that Haitians speak. I think it's imperative to do things like make friends with Haitian people without expecting them to necessarily teach you. I think that a lot of white people think that they ought to be able to learn all the secrets or the components of a religion without gaining the trust of the people who practice that religion. And, you know, Haitians are naturally going to be a bit suspicious of outsiders. And that's partly because of Haitian history, because especially white Americans, we had this history kind of going into Haiti and trying to take over everything. So I myself don't blame Haitians for being a little bit wary around white people. But I can tell you this, that once I made my commitment to the religion and I was showing up regularly, I was accepted completely by the members of my house, Haitians and otherwise. I think that you should also, as a white person, be willing to examine your own privilege and your own beliefs. Haitian culture is very different than white American culture. And you have to be able to step outside of your comfort zone. And that can be difficult because most Americans live a fairly comfortable life. Most of us have access to running water and air conditioning and electricity on a regular basis. And those things aren't always common in Haiti, especially when you go out to the rural areas. So you have to be able to meet the Loa on their own terms. And I think that once you can do that and make at least the effort, even if you try, even if you learn just a few sentences in Haitian Creole, you start to try using them. Haitians will really appreciate that, and the Loa will really appreciate that. It's my experience that if you approach the Loa with a humble heart, you can't go wrong, even if you make mistakes. I still make mistakes, and I'm a priestess. But as long as you try your best and you come from a place of love, they're going to forgive your mistakes. Now, they're going to be harsher on me because I'm a priestess and I ought to know better. But even still, the Loa recognize that we're humans and we make mistakes. So my point today is that if you are a white person, you have to approach the religion humbly. You have to approach the religion with respect. You have to understand that there are going to be things that you're not allowed to know if you're not an initiate. You're going to expect that it's not going to be like a classroom like Voodoo 101. You go to school, you sit down, and you get a lecture. Haitian Voodoo is learned hands-on. So you are going to be doing a lot of sitting and watching and being quiet while you watch experienced people do the things that we do in this religion. And then that's how you'll learn. You will try to do something, and a Haitian person will see you doing it and it's not the right thing to do. They will take it away from you and say, no, this is how you actually do it, and they'll do it for you. And that way, for the next time you try it, you'll know how to do it. So it's trial and error. And a lot of Americans aren't used to learning like that. I think that if you do these things, you'll have a much better chance of succeeding in practicing the religion. And that's pretty much all I have to say today. I hope that you like this video. I hope you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And I will talk to you all soon. Many blessings in Ai Bobo.